Okay, so another day and another bout of Negro effery going on. In today's post, I want to do a video today about Travis Scott. Recently caused a bit of controversy after he went on an interview with a radio show called WAV Radio, and pretty much said in the interview that he was going to raise his daughter to be strong and recognize her blackness. Now, he was quoted stating in the interview, "I feel that it is way more important now to protect our young black daughters and women. You know what I mean?" He said, "Make sure that they had the knowledge of just like how to carry they self, how to move in this world, how to be strong, how to not even be scared to take the risk on any idea, jump out of any type of creativity. Now more than ever, it's like they had the vision," he added. "Whether it's for anything a man can do and anything a woman can do, they got the pure vision. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about that." Okay, so let me just get my opinion on it, because I don't see why some people got mad that he made that statement. And the people that got mad were queens. Now let me tell you why the queens were mad. They were upset that a black man openly admitted that he was going to raise his daughter as a strong black woman, since she is of mixed race descent, and making such statements such as, if he wanted to have a black child, then he should have procreated with a black woman. And his daughter is a mixed race child and not a black child. Now we know that Travis had a child with Kylie Jenner, and from at least what we've been shown online, it seems that he does deeply care for his daughter, and his daughter likewise cares deeply for him. The fact that these women are upset that he admitted that he's going to raise his daughter that way just shows you how hypocritical that they're being on this situation, because a lot of these women would tell him he should have procreated with a black woman, would never advocate for the same things for their fellow sisters. A lot of these women are also swirlers, and they are in these comment sections stating that black women should explore their options and not limit themselves when it comes to dating. Those same women will then procreate with a non-black man and end up raising the children as a black child. Now, you may not agree with the logic here, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, as evidenced by all the stories that we have in the media. For instance, Meghan Markle. When she got married to Prince Harry, all of a sudden she became the blackest woman alive. And that's ironic considering the fact that her mother was barely even black in the first place, and she married a white man. And she probably has less black DNA in her than the average mixed race woman. But of course, the moment that she got married, all of a sudden black women were in droves congratulating her and living vicariously through her. I mean, look at all these articles that were posted at the time. One of the articles was from Ellie, and it said, what Meghan Markle's royal wedding means to 14 black women. I'm all in. As the royal wedding nears, black women are starting to see Meghan Markle take center stage. As a black woman in America, here's why Meghan Markle's marriage matters so much to me. Why black women are celebrating Meghan Markle's engagement. So that's a proof there that black women at the time were clearly, so invigorated with Meghan Markle that they were so happy that they decided to identify her as a black woman. And one drop rule Meghan Markle, even though she identifies as a biracial person herself. So she flat out told you that she doesn't identify as a black woman, yet they still wanted to one drop rule her. The woman practically looks like a white woman with tan skin. Ain't no damn way that she looks like a black woman. So yeah, they don't have no problem grouping her in as a black woman to fit their agenda. In fact, look at this article here, in which Meghan Markle says, "There was a mandatory census that I had to complete in my English class. You had to check one of the boxes to indicate your ethnicity. White, black, Hispanic, or Asian. There I was, my curly hair, my freckled face, my pale skin, and my mixed race, looking down at these spouses, not wanting to mess up, but not knowing what to do. You can only choose one, but that would be to choose one parent over the other. And one half of myself, the other, I didn't take a box. I left my identity blank, a question mark, an absolute incomplete, much like how I felt. When I went home that night, I told my dad what happened. He said the words have always stayed with me. If that happens again, draw your own box. So there you go. She flat out told you this. And yet, black women still have no problem identifying her as a black woman. Another person that comes to mind to me is Serena Williams. Now, Serena Williams ended up getting married to a white man that had a child, and all of a sudden, the swirlers were defending her actions by stating that she dated black men in the past. And whatever the hell reason why this black man was this white man happened to be the best man for her. They do not get the same excuses for black men in similar situations, such as Michael B. Jordan. But for black women in this world, they got a million excuses, and they're okay with Serena Williams identifying her daughter as a black woman. And then there's Cassie. You know Cassie, the singer? The one that was messing with Diddy for all those years until they broke up. And then she got with her trainer. I think that all of a sudden, the swirl girls were praising her for getting what they call a sexy white man, even though he was her trainer. So it's okay for these women to settle down for a man that probably makes less money than she does because he's a sexy Orion master with his whip ready to go to fulfill their beverage fantasies. That's another woman that's mixed race. Now all of a sudden the swirl coalition decided the one drop rule again. All of a sudden she became the blackest woman ever because she got with a white man. You see the pattern in there? And alright, one more for down the road. Christina Milian, another mixed race woman who got a strong vanilla king, and he made her a 2-turn baby mama. But that's fine since she was white. But let another one of those rappers do the same thing to her and see how they responded to that. The same man then went to social media and decided to compare her daughter hair to a virus. Check that out.
What are you doing?
And none of these swirl bitches, especially the ones on YouTube that have shit to say about black men in interracial relationships all the fucking time, they come out to say shit about this white man disrespecting this woman's black daughter. You bitches are something else. You evil bitches. But when it comes to mixed race men, they want to identify them as black, no matter what, and get equally butthurt when they're dating white women, which is ironic because these men were birthed from white women. Look at Drake. When it was first announced that he impregnated a white porn star, black women were mad that he ended up with her and felt like it was a betrayal. In fact, let's read this headline. Drake, just another disappointment to black women. So clearly, black women feel an attachment to Drake. And the moment that he went with a white woman, all of a sudden they felt blindsided. Even though the man is half white. And another person, Jesse Williams, who was messing around with Meek and Kelly, and black women were upset about that too. He then quickly became the blackest man in the world in their eyes. And the headline on this story said, Jesse Williams, blasted by black women for dating actress Meek and Kelly. Fascinating. Okay, now I don't want to drive it out, but you get the point. When it comes to mixed race men, they're identified as black no matter what they do. If they date black women or they date white women. But a mixed race woman can date a white man and be identified as a black woman, but the moment that she dates a black man, they are quick to identify her as mixed. Now they're trying to identify Kamala Harris as a black woman too. In other words, what I'm saying is you can't have it both ways. You can't be hypocritical and say that he cannot identify his daughter as a black woman when you want one drop rule non-black people all the time when it's convenient for you. Especially misrace women when they get with like men. Alright guys, well that was my opinion on this story. Sorry for my long ass rant, but if you did stay to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. Please go ahead and click the subscribe button for more content from me. I'm just a 96 and I'm out.